because of the fact that mental health is one of the most slept on,
Sure.
aspect of life than anything, whether it's for embarrassment, not knowing, or anything like that. Daniel, we'll start with you. Let's talk about the mental health aspect in athletes.
Absolutely. So, what happens is, as I said earlier, I talk about myself a little bit. Is that athletes use athletics as an outlet, right? But in social work and in the mental health field, we have this thing called sublimation, right? So it's a defense mechanism where it's positive, but individuals use something positive to avoid negative feelings, right? So what happens is, as these athletes are going through this process and using football or sports as an outlet, they're not processing the things that they're going through. So prime example, me, right? But what happens is, even though we've reached the pinnacle of our playing in our career, when I got to college, I was away from home. I realized I hadn't processed the things that I had gone through. So then what happens now, we have to try to find ourselves. And when you're trying to find yourself, you don't know who you are. You're not able to be authentically you. That's when mental health issues start to arise, right? So then that manifests in athletes as this perfectionism, right? This idea of wanting to think that all they are athletes, all they are football players, because this is the Tylenol, so to speak, that makes me feel better, right? And then after that, then we get into sleep issues, we get into drug use, we get into all of these things that are a result of these athletes trying to suppress those thoughts and feelings, especially as they get out into the tail end of their career, right? So you see it time in and time out, athletes not being able to process, not being able to talk about it, because it's such a stigma, because especially in football and in sports in general, that it's this thing of strength, right? So when you're seen as weak, right, when you're seen as you can't handle certain things, then you're not going to want to process it. When the reality of it all is that if I knew you were sick and you didn't go to the doctor about for being sick, right, that's weak, right? That's when you're not getting better for the things that you're going through. That should be the thing that's seen as weak. If you have these issues and you want to get better at them, I never understood why that wasn't the thing that was the most supported aspect of sports. So yeah, athletes deal with it more and more, as well as when you go from being praised and loved on a Friday night to having to go back home or go to this situation or not being that person. We're going through these anxious feelings. You're building yourself up for this game just to come back down, and there's nothing at the bottom to kind of catch you or support you. Then you do this week in and week out, so that can also have a mental toll. So it's so many aspects. I know we can get into a lot of it, but athletes are my passion, and athletes were the ones who again, I feel like we go through a lot, but everyone feels as if we should be able to handle it all.
No doubt. And I just want to ask you one thing, Daniel. The flip side to all that of being like the top athlete. Thank you guys for watching Drake and Talk. Be on the lookout for more exclusive content. Like, share, subscribe. Drake and Talk out.